Uni didn't teach me shit about building a business. I spent 3 years at university and I racked up thousands of HECS debt, and I never used my university degree once. I never even showed it to anyone. But in the last year, I've scaled AC Media from my living room to 15 people. So if you're still a student and wondering if it's still worth it, or you're stuck in a career that you don't like, this video is for you. Look, I'm not here to trash education. Education is one of the most important things you can do. I'm constantly leveling up, learning, and trying new things each week. And if you're a doctor and you want to get your medical certificate, yes, 100% go and do that. But what I want to try to teach you here is something that is not taught at uni, and it's about building a business. And in 2026, there's never been a better time to build a business about something you are truly passionate about. I personally, being a visual learner, I learn by doing. Going out there, getting jobs, getting dirt underneath the fingernails, grinding, working on things, trying new things, failing. And that is the best way to start a creative business in 2026. I went to uni for 3 years, studied, showed up to lectures, did the assignments, graduated. And you know what? I got a piece of paper from that. A piece of paper that I'm still paying off. A piece of paper that I've actually never used. I don't even use the degree, not even a little bit. Not when I'm directing a shoot, not when I'm pitching a client, not when I'm managing my team or building systems or editing a property video. None of that came from a textbook. And here's the thing that really gets me. I wish I just skipped it and started learning real world skills earlier. Because the biggest lie that uni told me was this, that I needed permission to start, that I needed the credentials first. You don't, you just need to start. But this is actually what killed the momentum back then. It was thinking that I needed to get the degree and go through the motions to work my way up and do the thing that everyone tells you that you're supposed to do. That is such a mindset employed by our parents, our grandparents. We're in a different era now, and there's so much insane free information out online. You can access incredible mentoring, access to courses, or even just using AI to teach you things. The quicker you can start doing that, the faster you can actually get toward your goals. When I went to uni, my life looked a little bit like this. Rocked up late to class because I wasn't interested and did the bare minimum. I was going out every weekend, I was partying. There wasn't a sense of purpose. And then that was just a cycle on repeat. I was busy, but it was just like busyness. It wasn't anything genuine or real. It was just constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I thought that's what you do to get successful. And that's the difference between busy and being productive. Busy is just filling your calendar with mundane tasks and doing a to-do list and not thinking about what the end results are. But being productive is having a goal-oriented mindset. The uni lifestyle is designed to keep you feeling that way. It's got you distracted from building something special and building equity in your future. Because at uni, you're not falling over and scraping your knee. You're not learning, you're not readjusting, you're not reiterating and trying new things. It is not the thing that sets you up for business and life outside of uni. And that's the trap. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some good parts about uni, the relationships that you can make, the people that you know, and you can put in a lot of hard work. Another way about it that you can go to build something special that gives you a sense of purpose. Because when you finally graduate, you realize you have no real world skills, no portfolio, no clients, no momentum, and you're starting from zero. It's funny because people often ask me, what uni degree do you have? And yes, I have a degree in architectural building design, but it's something completely different to what the field I'm in right now. And there's people applying to jobs at AC Media and they have, 4 to 5 year degrees in film and TV. But I've got to this point in my career from going out, learning, doing things on my own, and intrinsically wanting to get better at my skills because it had a sense of purpose. It aligned with my goals. It aligned with where I wanted to go with my vision. This was me in 2015, fresh out of uni, no direction, no clarity, just the degree that I'd never use. So here's where things shifted for me. This is what I did when I started AC Media. I had no plans to start with, no roadmap, no business degree. I didn't even have a 5-year strategy or a business plan whatsoever. What I did have though was drive, an obsession with getting better, working on my skills, working on my craft, and just wanting to be the best in my local area. And that is the real lesson here. You should never wait until you feel ready. As soon as you feel like that scared feeling of like, oh, should I try it, should I do it? That's when you jump in and do it. Figure out the goal, the thing you want to achieve, break it down into actionable steps, and just go straight into doing that first actionable step. That'll create momentum and will start moving you toward your goals. And you don't need to wait till you're ready because you will never feel ready. And I get this all the time. People thinking about doing new things, trying that new business, having all these ideas, but they're never executing or trying new things. You need to be the person who goes out and does the thing. Don't talk shit and say you're gonna do all this stuff, telling all your friends and family all the plans you're gonna do. You wanna go out and you actually execute. Show them what you're working on. The only way to know is if you actually do the thing. They're waiting to have the perfect camera, waiting to take one more course, waiting until they know enough. But here's the truth, clarity comes from action, not planning. My first wedding video, I missed the bride walking down the aisle. Most people would have just given up and quit at that stage. That's the worst thing you can do. That was my first paid client. I missed her walking down the aisle. That's the only thing you get paid for a wedding. But you know what? I learned so much from that mistake. Even when I was there and I felt so bad about missing it, I stayed there the rest of the day. I filmed the entire wedding. I over-delivered. I learned about customer service. I learned about being proactive with my communication. I learned about ensuring that I'm prepared. I learned more from that one mistake than I did at 3 years at uni. Because when you're in the real world, the stakes are real. The feedback is immediate and you learn fast. You don't get that in the classroom. You get theory, you get hypotheticals. You get graded on how well you regurgitate information. But in business, you get graded on results. Did the client love it? Did you get the shot? Did you get the client results? Because that is the only thing that matters. So if you're still waiting to feel ready, stop, take action, pick up the call, take that first job, make the first video, fail, learn, and repeat. That is how you acquire skills. So if you're waiting to feel ready, just stop it. Take that call, take on that first job, because that is how you build real world skills. All right, let me walk you through how it actually played out for me. Not just the highlight reel, the messy middle, the grind phase at the start. I want to take you on a bit of a journey. 2015, I had the degree, felt nothing. 2016, got the full-time job as a draftsman, boring. 2018, shot my first wedding, missed the bride walking down the aisle. 2021, quit my job, started working for an agency, finally in the media space, but still working for someone else. 2022, went all in on AC Media. No safety net, no backup plan, just commitment. 2023, I had one client working out of my living room, grinding every single day. And 2026, a team of 15, real momentum. 11 years, from graduation to where I am now. And here's what I want you to notice. The degree didn't matter. What mattered was the reps. Real world reps. Every client, every shoot, every mistake. Risk and accountability. When I quit my job, I had no choice but to make it work. Mentors and community. I didn't learn from textbooks. I learned from people who were ahead of me. That is the life hack that you need to employ into your life today. And obsession and drive. And to be honest, this is something that you can't teach. You got to have it within you and you got to be very, very passionate about what you do. Look, I'm not saying uni isn't for everyone, but if you're watching this and you're wondering if you need a degree to build a business, to become a videographer, or to work in real estate media, you don't. What you do need is the courage to start, the willingness to fail, adapt, and learn. Because the world doesn't care about your degree. It cares about what you can do. It cares about the value that you can deliver. You can't learn that in the classroom. You learn it by doing. If you're an aspiring creator, a person stuck in a job, see this as your sign to start taking action. Start now. You do not need permission. You do not need a degree. You just need to start.